don't know, man.
All right. We've gotten into our predictions today. Now let's talk about something that happened that was outside the ring, and we'll keep it quick. So Enzo Amore got busted this week and got fired off of a Twitter post that was displayed out there that claimed allegations of sexual assault. My understanding, Sage the Mark, is that he was let go because he didn't disclose that information to the WWE. Is that correct?
That is
That
correct.
there was an investigation?
He was suspended for the allegations, and that was just a good measure. But once he had advised them that, hey, he knew that the investigation was going on since October, he failed to disclose it. He violated his morality clause, and that's gave them credence to terminate him. Well, technically, they just came to mutual terms. So they're basically going to pay out his contract, and then just kind of separate from himself. So, but he didn't get any future endeavors or anything like that. But
No, he's fired. He's gone. He didn't have a job. You're not getting paid when you get fired.
no, he's getting paid, bro. He's getting paid.
You sure he's getting paid? Where was this from?
So
Twitter's.
yeah, so when you come to terms, that usually means that you have come to some type of severance agreement. He's
Oh,
getting
you're
paid.
not saying he's getting paid for the next 2 or 5 years of whatever his contract was left. He probably just
I
got
mean,
like a severance.
I think it. I don't know. I don't know how much he's getting paid, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna be okay. So in terms of getting paid out for his contract,
Well, the money's going to
um,
go to that lawyer now.
you ain't never lie, homie.
Yeah, his money's going to go to that lawyer now. So, what are your thoughts on the whole thing, man? That girl has put some Twitter posts out there and YouTube videos, and then there's been rebuttals to her YouTube videos from apparently one of her friends.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on the whole thing?
All right. So first and foremost, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm not in a position. I don't think any of us should ever be in the position of taking sides when we don't know. We don't know what's going on, what actually happened, and someone like we weren't there. We don't have all the facts. We shouldn't be quick to judge somebody by the character um based off of some information that we were able to scrum off the internet. Um, so, and with that, I mean, it goes both ways to both the accuser and the, what do you call them, the accusee. I can't take sides. Either way, I just hope that this gets investigated properly. Because either way, someone's gonna get it, right? You're either gonna get it because you filed a false police report, or you're lying, or someone's going to be in trouble for actually taking advantage of someone when they were vulnerable. So,
They had sex, right? For sure, that's confirmed.
I don't know if it's confirmed, but we're all like in the boat, 99% sure that that did happen. I don't think that that was ever disputed. I think the thing that was disputed was the fact that
The
she
consensual part.
alleges he said no, and I think that's what's in question right now.
Okay, here's my 2 cents. Enzo, first off, you chose the worst crew of people to hang out with that weekend.
Agreed.
You are a man that's on TV. You have a lot going for you. Could have swore I heard that you had a champ sponsorship or some type of shoe deal or something going on. You have a lot going for you, and you're hanging out with people who post YouTube videos about things that are going on, them doing drugs and faking pregnancies and stuff like that. And you could say, well, Goose, this person's got issues that require some medicine and stuff, so you shouldn't really give your opinion. But yeah, I can, because this person also puts on their Twitter feed naked pictures of themselves saying $40 for a snap. DM me for snaps. So I'm just gonna say, you being on TV in general, no knock on this girl. She's doing her thing, but If you're on TV, I'm gonna use an insurance term. You got to underwrite who you hang out with. If you're on TV, NBA, football, WWE, if you hang around with people who do drugs, you are the one who ultimately gets in 10 times more trouble than they do. So, based off what she was saying, Enzo went and hung out with her two friends and her. And she did a bunch of drugs, passed out, and he, did his thing to her, and she said no. So, in general, if you're hanging out with people, if that's true about the drugs part, if you're in the WWE and you're hanging out with a bunch of people doing hard drugs, that's bad company. No knock on those people. They can do whatever they want. But ultimately, if something happens and bad press gets out, those people might not get arrested. But if Vince McMahon, Triple H, and them find out, wait, you're hanging out with people that are doing drugs all day? And your only thing is, well, I passed drug test. I ain't doing it. I guarantee you're taking a loss on Raw next week. You become a product of the company you hang out with. Sage, I hang out with you because you're a good family man. You're a friend. You like wrestling. You're smart. You got ambitions. You think I would talk to you or do a podcast with you if you were talking about doing drugs all day? And every week you said, "Man, I'm gonna get messed up before this podcast." No. So it sticks with you. You're a product of the people you hang out with. So I'm not going to pass judgment because I don't know the whole story on what's right, what's wrong. I believe maybe Enzo hung out with him because one of the guys posted a video. I did some investigative work. Didn't take too long. But one of the guys who apparently introduced Enzo and this girl has a video up on his Twitter profile with him, Enzo, and Post Malone. So, hey, maybe if Enzo's using it as like a networking opportunity and hanging out with Post Malone's one of the biggest rappers in the world right now. Okay, maybe I could see that. He just got mixed up with the wrong people, but you got to know who you're hanging out with, right?
I mean, absolutely, and I think you hit the nail on the hammer, man. You put yourself in that type of situation. Um, you've got to, like, this is your livelihood, and I guess you have one thing going for you, like you don't have any responsibilities in terms of like kids or anything like that. But had you been in that situation where you have kids and or you had someone that you have to take care of and you're making these crazy decisions like this, because this used to go on, not saying the rape thing, but this type of behavior used to be pretty big growing up in the 80s and the 90s in wrestling, and a lot of those wrestlers aren't even here today. You know what I mean? You should be learning from those people, from those types of stories, man. You've got a good thing coming for you, and you're wasting it away with people that don't have
Yeah.
your best interest in mind. Like that's not a good thing, man. I mean, you already have a bad reputation, and I don't know if you were turning it around after that period of time or not, but that people don't have, unless you're really really close with them. Most of those people are just there to ride your coattails.
Yeah,
And you've got to be
absolutely.
smarter than that.
Him
You
and
you
Post
really do.
Malone's coattails. They're and you hear about it all the time with rappers that hang out with people with guns. You know, stuff pops off, and you're the rapper that was there. They don't care about the Sage, the Mark, or the Ben Goosen hanging out at the club with guns. So if you let's just give a message out there to people. There's a lot of things we could say about the Enzo case, but at the end of the day, Sage, the Mark, and I think that you need a little advice.
Yeah, you do.
You need some advice on how the game is played, fellas. We want to teach y'all a little something. You want to introduce this next segment, Sage and Mark?
Yes. It's like Goose says, you guys need to understand something. You guys need to understand how to, you know what? We're going to teach you how to date. That's what we're going to do. We're going to teach you how to date. So we got a little segment called Dating Tips by IRWP. And if you guys are listening on the audio podcast, I venture to say you guys go on YouTube. We about at the 1 minute or 1 hour and 5 minute mark or so. Just fast forward to this section so you guys can get the full effect of what's going on here. So by IRWP. Tip number 1.
Keep it contractual, y'all. Keep it contractual. You gotta chill. Just chill.
Gotta know what's going on, man. You know what you're signing up for at all times. Got fellas, make sure you check them IDs. You know, check them IDs. Make
Don't
sure
be in a rush.
it's legal. Yeah, make sure he's in a rush. Make sure you guys understand that dinner is dinner and after is after. And make sure you get it in writing.
It's that simple. And if you're nervous about asking, you hear the music in the background. It's reggae. It's chill music.
Straight from the Caspian Sea.
If you need to bring it in and say, hey, girl, you're looking mighty fine tonight. You want to go hop in the bed with me? Put on this music in the background. Simply just say, hey, wait a minute. This is consensual, right? No? All right. Bye. Simple as that. Or, hey, wait a minute, girl. If she says no the first time, oh, all right. Hey, listen to this music. Let's relax. Let's relax a little. Let me ask again. You want to go hang out in my bedroom? Well, yeah, now that this music's relaxed me. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to let that man nature go out there. Nah, just ease into it. The game is soft. The game is like a kitten. You don't go picking up a kitten all rough. No, not at all. What else we got, Sage?
You said consensual. I put contractual, man.
Yeah, it's the same.
Pull out that paper, son.
Yeah, consensual contracts.
Your voice. Tip number 2. Man, these slides, bro.
This is great.
He or she says no, get out. This is also known as the stop, drop, and roll the funk out.
You get up, out. Get up, out as soon as you can. If they say no, you need to get the hell up out the picture.
That's right. Jump that ship. Run for the boat.
It could only go south from there. Trust me, it could only go south from there. The minute she says no, you need to get up, get out, and just leave. Because if you keep going forward, pushing with it, it's not going to go anywhere. You keep going, it goes forward, you end up locked up. And then what ends up happening is you go to some backwoods jail, and it ends up real bad. And you end up being somebody's bitch. You end up somebody big dude named Bubba. Country Bubba. You end up being his bitch. All because you did not listen to this podcast and say no. It's simple as that. Say no.
Wheels on the side.
You don't want to be some big dude's bitch. Do you really want to be sharing a toilet? Do you really want somebody to tell you, yo, you can't take a shit right now because it stinks. I'm trying to sleep. No, you don't want that. Especially from big country boy Bubba. Trust me, you don't want that. What else we got, Sage?
The big red heels. Keep on bringing back. But in all serious, guys and gals, because it can happen to you too, fellas. Tip number 3. No means no. If he or she says no, like literally, just stop. Just stop. Don't pull out your thing. Don't say, I got 1 million followers. You should be begging for this D. No, none of that, man. Because when you do that, you become part of the problem itself. Like, I don't know where this generation, or where our generation, I should say, went wrong. Like, we disrespect each other like all the time, but yet get surprised when allegations are raised against us, you know, or we get drunk and we don't know what we're doing, and we think that that's a defense for doing whatever it is we want. Be responsible for your own actions. Period. Be responsible for your own actions. And if you don't get it, y'all need to go and watch The Little Mermaid. That's all I got to say about that.
That's what I'm saying. So those were our hot tips, our hot takes on dating life and how to be successful in the dating world. at least be successful in the not getting into trouble and going to jail world. It's as simple as that. What do you say we get into some shout outs this week? We got a lot to give this week. A lot of activity this week.
You got the you got the shout out song, man? You got the shout out song? You got the music?
Oh yeah. And in honor of the IRWP dating tips, I need you to put that Barry White R&B voice on while you give these shout outs here, because you got to seduce things. We talk about no means no, consensual, everything like that. You got to seduce the game. You got to be good at what you do.
You know what, baby? You're absolutely right. When you come up in the hills, there's only one thing that matters.